Welcome to Beyond Our Focus. I'm Stefan, this is Amanda and Chad, and this is Would You blank if blank was the consequence. Today is going to be Chad's topic. So Chad, inform us what we're going to be discussing today.
Okay. Basically, if you had the means to save a child in imminent danger or otherwise dying, would you do it if you knew they were going to grow up to be a monster? I mean, not petty stuff. Really, really bad stuff.
All right, well, that is the basic question. We'll go further into detail and discuss.
Okay, so what are we saying? What are you saying when he's going to be a monster? What is this kid doing?
All right, we're talking mass murders over a length of time to even as far as genocide of possibly entire nations. Really bad stuff that you know will happen.
We've got going from serial killer to Hitler.
Oh, so this child's got it going on. We got it. Okay. What's happening to the kid?
All right. So just throw a scenario out there. You are in a very public place. Somehow you know this child is going to grow up to be this bad person, but you're the only one that knows that. Say you see them crossing a street, a car is coming, there's no way it's going to stop before it kills this child. People are out, the modern age, they have cell phone cameras, recording. You will be filmed either saving or not saving this child.
So it's going to be obvious if you don't do it.
Right.
So we're like, well, this guy seems to have perfect means to save this kid, and he just let him get hit by this car.
Right. So here's the catch. You save them, and you look like a hero on the local news, and 20 years, whatever it takes down the road, terrible events happen that only you could have foreseen. Or you just let events occur and don't do anything, and you look like a terrible person in front of everybody when you obviously could have so easily saved this child. But because they're now dead, there's no way to prove that they're going to be this terrible person that you claim.
Yeah, I don't even know if I would claim I knew this.
Well, I mean, to yourself.
To yourself, yes.
Internally.
I would never tell anyone. So the voices in your head told you he was
right.
a bad person.
Right.
So,
without making this seem more insane than it is, but it is definite that you know this person's going to be bad, but there's no way you can convince other people to know this.
ABC News, and
yeah.
Not only that, but it's like you wouldn't even have time. Like, as the car's coming, you can't be like, he's gonna be bad. He's gonna be bad.
I'm pretty sure. Let him get it. It's all right.
Just let it happen.
Okay, so pretty much your choice is either save this kid,
be a hero in the moment.
Yes, or completely just watch this kid get creamed by a vehicle and everybody has their phones out. You're all over YouTube as, you know, the ass.
You're going to be on the news.
Yeah.
A child dying definitely gets into the news. You're on Fox News, ABC. It might go national. Just this guy letting this child get hit by a car.
Right.
You'd have to, like, go deep underground to escape that one.
Oh, no, you're going to get a lot of public hate after that.
Right.
And there's no way to prove that this kid was ever going to do anything. It's just you as a person knew this.
Right. And it'd be such a situation that
of course
isn't where you could look like you were doing something else or not know. It'd be so immediate that it would have yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it happen.
Well, you know, you could slick just be like, oh, my shoe's untied. Like, I didn't see this kid walking towards me. My shoe's untied. I gotta take care of this. You know, yeah.
Right.
But of course, it goes the other way. Oh, you look like a hero in the moment. Go down 20 years, does something terrible. This old clip surfaces. Why did you save that guy?
Like, you could have stopped it right then. But then, I guess that's when you go, how was I to know?
Yeah,
like,
but I did know.
Yeah. You would, but...
And that's when you commit suicide 20 years later because it's like,
exactly.
oh my God, it happened.
Yeah.
Right. And so what happens if you do save the child in the moment and say you know that the clock is now ticking down to when this is going to happen? Now do you start
murder a person to prevent this thing from happening?
Do you start contemplating another accident so you could still be okay? It gets deeper and muckier the
Yes.
deeper you go.
If you let him live, or you let me phrase it, you save him, then it's like, well, I know this terrible thing's going to happen. Now, do I personally actually commit a crime to try to hide it, to get rid of him, to prevent this thing from happening that I could have before?
You've pretty much turned it into either this kid dies by a horrible accident and it looks like I could have done something, or now I'm actually going to have to become a hitman.
Or you could just have no cares in the world and just let him go about his business.
Depending on what he does, be it a certain area of the country, murders 25 people over a 15-year time, maybe you could just live in a different part of the country and just let that happen. I don't know if you could...
If your conscience can let you happen.
Maybe because you have this knowledge, you can avoid whatever catastrophe, possibly if it's not on a grand scale, you can possibly escape yourself, but you're still
you're going
to be subjecting other people to it later.
Yes. Can your conscience really sit there knowing that, no, you not personally kill these people, but you let these people die? Because by letting him live, or saving him, you are killing these people, essentially.
Right.
It's a butterfly effect. By doing one thing, it causes. There's a chain reaction. Things inevitably happen.
Exactly.
Nobody can see the future unless you can, and that becomes the ultimate question at this point.
What if you hire a hitman?
You're right, because they're not always cops. The hitmans aren't always cops that you try to get in touch with.
Because then you technically...
You can still go to jail.
Did y'all watch that the movie I, Tonya? It's about Tonya Harding?
I don't think so.
It was really good.
I remember when Tonya Harding happened and all that, but I never saw the movie.
I remember it when it happened, kind of. I didn't really... I was way young when it happened. But the movie I, Tonya, starring... I don't know who she is. A girl played Harley Quinn, who plays Girl Wolf. What's her name?
I can't think of her name.
I can.
Oh my god! I know her name. That's terrible.
Save the Google.
Anyway, she played her, and it was just a really cool movie. But yes, they tried to hire a hitman, and it's great. The movie. It was a good movie. Surprisingly, really good.
All I was thinking of when we were talking about Hitman was Horrible Bosses. Oh, God. All I could think of was, you hear that? That could have been all over us.
That was also great movie.
Margot Robbie.
That's exactly her name. Yes, Margot Robbie. She was great as Tonya Harding in that movie. It's based on the actual events, but it's interesting because they're being interviewed as the people much later about things that happened in the past. And it's an interesting way. It was a really good movie. It was really cool what they did. But it also shows how her growing up, and I didn't know a lot of things about Tonya Harding. After watching, it's like, oh, this is really interesting. She was I didn't know she was like super redneck and super backwoods, and it was really interesting. But anyway, back to the actual question at hand.
Right.
Would you save this child, knowing the end result?
I came up with the question, so y'all answer first.
I hate answering first. I always answer last.
That's why I threw it off on you guys.
No, it is your question, so I agree. You can go last on it. That is how it goes.
Don't look at me.
What don't look at you? I don't want to go first! Well, we know I'm a terrible person.
I don't know. I think at this point... it's a child.
It is a child. It is a child. Would you be a good person and save a kid's life, or would you just let him die?
And be remembered for it for the rest of your life.
I mean, you'd probably live a really good... You'd have short-term fame, and things would be cool for a while, until I got old enough to do something. Then things wouldn't be good, and that would be on you.
But you would be thinking your entire life about this. You would be thinking... Where's this child now? Can I still track him down? And then even if you did track him down, staring him in the face, maybe he hasn't reached his, serial killer proportion of... He still has that little innocent face, and you're like, I still can't do it. And then you walk away again, that's twice. How many times are you going to let it happen? Yeah. So honestly, I'm going to have to go with just be a killer to everybody. Just... let him get hit by the car and go live out in the middle of nowhere for the rest of my life.
Because you would have to probably just drop off the face of the earth.
No.
Yeah, you'd have to go underground. You'd
Yeah,
have to, like, I'm off social media. I'm out of the public eye. No one knows who I am. I'm moving to a different. I'm changing my name.
With witness protection, you're gonna have to change your name, change your identity, and go to a remote somewhere. Just everything. Just you're done. That's the end of it. So what about you?
Yeah. So that'd be hard to do. That'd be hard. That part would be hard.
The isolation.
The isolation. People will forget. Eventually, everyone forgets everything. There's more news stories.
Oh, you're not gonna see. But that's the problem. Is that even if people were to forget and you were to slowly sneak back into the world again, if someone, even one person, recognizes your face and is like, I remember you from somewhere, and then types it on the internet, it's not going to go away. It's the internet. The internet keeps everything.
Yes. No, every once in a while, no matter what, someone's going to recognize you. And be like, you're the guy that let that kid die.
Yeah.
Like, ah!
No. And it's not like it's going to be like, a years later, I told you so, because the kid's not doing
exactly.
it. Yeah.
There's no way to prove it. You're forever living with this.
Yes.
You're either living with letting a kid die, or you're living with letting a bunch of people die.
And then there's the fact that the kid isn't just a kid that's walking around on his own. He has a family.
He does have a family.
His family.
They're really not going to like you.
His family is not aware that he's going to grow up to do these things, meaning you just killed their child for no reason.
Well, you personally killed
him.
You
let
it happen. Which, of course, you're going to say you killed him.
Because you could have saved him, so by not saving him, you killed him. Because that's what, that's what families and shit do.
Yes. Well, they're going to be very upset, very angry, so that's how that's going to happen. Yeah, mine was inevitable. I'm going to let the kid die. I'm going to let the kid die.
I already knew that one.
That's inevitable. I already don't like kids.
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't like kids and letting children die.
You're just like...
They shouldn't go hand in hand, but...
Even if I didn't have a vision, kids crossing the road, goodbye.
That's a little much, but... no, it is for the greater good.
Yeah.
And... I say now in this chair, that's what I would let happen. Put into the actual circumstance,
that's always
I don't know. Because it comes down to the split-second decision. You know something, it's happening, yes or no, it's no. Oh, I can contemplate this for a little while and figure it out.
And I don't know, maybe, this is going to sound really bad, but maybe it would be easier to let that kid grow up into an adult and then kill them as an adult.
I mean, it could be easier on your conscience and you're not in the public eye, but getting away with murder isn't exactly easy.
Oh, no.
And then say, let's get 20 more years in the future and then try to commit murder where things are even better and science is even further and investigations even more thorough.
Well, that's why you just go backpacking with them and you...
I'll make good friends with them. We're going to be best pals. We're going to go into the woods together. And he just never comes back. We went up a mountain. He slipped. He fell. I don't know what happened.
Bring him to a state park and just let him disappear.
It does seem like that is the thing that happens.
It does.
Let's go to Yellowstone.
People disappear all the time. Hey, and the positive part of the state parks don't even track the people that disappear.
Exactly. Good point.
There you
go. We might touch on that topic some other time. That's a pretty
I'm sure we will at some point.
So we have 2 no's. What about you?
We do have 2 no's, even though this other one.
Yeah.
It does seem... I'm gonna die here.
Don't die on us. We still gotta finish this. Alright. So, as much as I would like to play devil's advocate, I think I would also have to say no. But,
I mean,
here's kind of how I picture it in my head. On a busy road or something like that, see a kid not looking both ways like he's supposed to crossing the street. You're within arm's reach. All you gotta do is grab hold of his arm and pull him back out of traffic. Everybody sees this. You start to have that thought. You know what's going to happen. And you pull back.
That's even worse.
Right.
Because when you say that there's a split second, you only have a split second. You say you get this vision immediately as this starts to unfold.
Right.
Your immediate reaction, it will be the reach. And if you're seeing reaching for him and decide, nah, I'm not going to do it.
Right, but that's part of the stipulation of the whole scenario is people know that you could have done it and you didn't.
And chose not to.
So standing 5 feet away would be a little bit easier to explain, like, I didn't see him, I couldn't get there in time versus you actually being within arm's reach.
You're super close.
What if you were like this and then just... like
But I smacked him across the head so he fell down.
I don't know if you would have time to think enough that you just miss and make it look that way.
You reach, exactly. You reach and you just go like this.
I missed him. I'm so sorry.
Or you grab his jacket or his little shirt or whatever and just
it slips away.
Yeah.
The big thing is you're not going to have.
It depends how good
you're not going to have enough time to plan this through your head before this happens.
Right.
Well, we already have it planned out now, though.
Exactly. When it happens, we're ready.
It's always easier sitting here when you're not faced with split-second decisions.
Exactly.
So, I mean, to actually come up with that and be thinking, how do I redeem myself? How do I still make this look like an accident? How do I prevent world tragedy? All in 0.3 seconds. Probably not very likely.
The best case scenario is your scenario. You kill him later.
Yeah.
But getting away with murder, very difficult.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, how much is that going to ruin your life as far as having this on your conscience, having to plan around this, having to be careful,
and then contemplate a murder later on. This isn't good on anybody.
Right. And then if you are found out, then it is premeditated.
Oh, yeah, premeditated murder.
Definitely had to plan this out. They'll probably see it.
No, if you get caught, it's going to be 10 times worse.
Yeah.
They're going to find out who the person was. That video is going to resurface to you saving this child to later come back that you were trying to kill him.
Right.
That's 10 times worse than the first.
Definitely not a situation you want to put yourself in.
No.
And then you're being pulled away by the cops, and you're saying, he was a bad kid. He was a bad kid.
Then you sound insane.
Right.
And then you just ended up in a nice little padded room, and you're good.
Yeah, and that's not how I want to live.
Listen, all scenarios are bad here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the best out of the bad scenarios is probably letting the child die.
Yeah.
Right. I'm kind of with you, Stefan, as far as people forget over time. Time heals a little bit.
Yeah, people forget a lot of things. Most people forget a lot of things. It would be a huge news story for that week. If you get real lucky, another bad tragedy happens soon after, which is terrible to say that's lucky.
Yeah.
But it will overshadow maybe that one thing.
Yeah.
It'll get pushed to the back. But no matter what, there will always be some random person as you're out shopping one day.
Yeah.
I remember
You're going to have that family. You're going to have the people close to that family. If it's a small town, that's 10 times worse because every single person I raised little Timmy.
No, you don't stay there.
For me personally, I think it would be easier to deal with that and just learn to cope with it than have to spend the whole rest of my life not doing what I want to do, trying to figure out how to stop this, or let it happen.
Yeah.
Or just let it happen. I think I'd be much better just
getting it over with,
and then not having to worry about all that other garbage.
Yeah.
I would much rather spend my time finding ways to be a hermit and then to try to find ways to become an assassin.
Yeah.
Become an assassin.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're all in agreement.
Yep.
Which, even though we had some great opinions and stuff going on.
Good discussion there. We'll pass the question off to you, the audience. I'll post this on our Twitter, Beyond Our Focus.
Focus, Stefan. Focus.
So at Beyond Our Focus. On Twitter, I'll post a poll. If anyone watches this, it'll be up for at least a week until our next episode. But that's it. So you'll be able to vote there. You can
let us know what you would do in this situation.
Exactly. Please down below in the comments, let us know what you would do. Or you can vote on the Twitter. If you liked the episode, please leave a like. If you dislike it, please leave a thumb down. You can reach me, BJJ Gamer. Reach the show at Beyond Our Focus. You can reach Amanda at KZ Pup Thing.
No, it's just KZ Pup.
KZ Pup. I don't even know. But.
And I'm still off grid at the moment.
He's off grid. So. Till next time. Be well.